Hello, hello, amazing people. And I want to welcome y'all to my show tonight, the I'm Shalakemia show. I'm so glad to have everybody joining with me today. This is going to be an amazing show tonight. I hope from this show there's a lot. We learn a lot, we're encouraged, inspired, empowered, and we heal from tonight's show. So tonight's show is about a video that has went viral over social media. There's been a lot of back and forth about this video. Let me take this off the screen. Okay. So there's been a lot of back and forth about this video. I actually seen the video, read the comments, and I duetted the video on TikTok. Um and tonight I actually have a special guest. The father in the video and his daughter are here with us tonight. But I want y'all to see the video, you know, so y'all know exactly what we're talking about tonight. Did you view a father having fun with his daughter? You viewed that because that's what I seen, and I love that. You know what? I think that people aren't used to seeing things like that, and people on social media are trying to make this video something that it's not. But I'm gonna tell you the real issue here. The real issue here is the people that are viewing this video for something other than what it is. Those are the sick people. The question is, why are y'all viewing it with a sick mindset? That's the real question here. I said what I said, and my name is Shalakemia. Okay, so since y'all viewed the video, when I viewed that video, all I seen was a father having fun with his daughter, and it kind of went left on social media. Um, I actually, it was ironic. I duet the video, and then I was like in TikTok jail for a while, so I didn't know like what was going on. And a few people reached out to me, about the video, and then also I spoke to the father that was in the video. It was very sad, that people reacted to that video the way that they did, and this happens a lot in our community. Um, and to be honest with you, I seen another race doing the same video, and there it was nothing like the comments and the ignorance, that this father experienced from this video. Um it was definitely, his peers, just enjoying the video, praising him for the video, things like that. They looked at it as like gymnastic moves and things like that. I don't know why we're like that with our black men, but I hope and I pray that it stops because people looked at this in a sexual way, and that's wrong. But you know what's so crazy in our community? The things that need to be looked at like that get overlooked. This was something very, very innocent. I think some of the women that viewed this video in any other way than what it was supposed to be are sick minded. Maybe you never had a father. I don't really know what's going on. But sometimes you have to think about the individual's mindset too. Cause people can, like I always said before, people can read stuff from a negative mindset, you know, perceive stuff from a negative mindset, a place of misery. You just don't know how somebody's perceiving something. But why perceive something so innocent when it comes to our black men? If black men's out here not taking care of their kids, you know, black women got something to say. Black people got something to say, and okay. But it's like black men are damned if you do and damned if you don't. And I've said that in the comments of this video on my post. It's sad, but I'm gonna bring in Halo Drippy and his daughter, to come in and talk to us about, this video, and I want him to talk about just the comments, how it made him feel, and we're gonna hear from, his daughter too. So we're gonna bring them in. Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes.
You can?
You can? Yes.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Choose pairing.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good, good. Okay, great, great, great. I can hear you now.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm great, and you? So they call you Halo Drippy?
Halo Drippy.
Okay. So where did that name come from?
Basically came from my musical career. I'm an
Okay.
artist, so basically Halo Drippy.
Okay. Okay. So you're a music artist. Okay. Hi, what's her name? I can't hear.
My name is Camille.
What she say?
Camille.
Camille?
Yep.
Hi, Camille. You know what's so funny, Camille? I seen you in a music video earlier today on the playground. Was that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You did your thing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You like to dance?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I seen the video of you and your dad.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself in that video? Okay. So, from you, that, I just, we, a lot of us, we seen the video. I played the video earlier.
Yeah.
It went viral,
Hmm.
you know. I mean, you seen the comments, like I seen the comments about the video, like,
Yeah, I did. I did. I seen the comments. They was well at first they was okay,
right.
and it got disturbing. So
Yeah.
we was reading the comments together. Me and my daughter, we read
Wow.
together, and it was good. I let her read them. She
Right.
was okay, yay. And then it got disturbing to where she was about to read a comment, and I just took the comments off. Like, nah, you can't read them no more. So
Yeah, I seen that. I seen where you cut the comments off. I probably did the same thing because it was getting crazy. And that's why, Um, I duetted it because I didn't see anything but a father, having fun with his daughter.
yeah,
And I also felt like, it needed to be said.
yeah, most definitely. Because we didn't even think none of it. Mind you, we made a video to Too Many Glockies before that, and we
Hmm.
like this one gonna go viral. So my daughter started instantly thinking like, okay, well let's do something. We strolled up and down TikTok and seen the little flip, and once we seen that, we decided to do it. We did it, and I was like, okay, that we're just gonna sit that right there, and that's it with that one. All of a
Okay.
sudden, start raising up 100,000
Right.
views, and oh my God, what's going on?
Right.
Then it just went viral, so I had to do it again with my son.
Right. Yeah, I seen that. I seen you do that with your son too. Yeah.
Yeah, with my son because he got jealous. So he like, okay, daddy, nah, you can't give her all the clout like that.
Right.
So I did it with him. Still didn't think nothing of it. And it just was going and going and going. The comments was coming and coming and coming.
Right. Right.
Oh, that,
Um, do I wanna ask you some questions, but I don't want to ask you in front of Camille.
that's cool. You ready to go?
Camille, you come back later because we're gonna talk about your video.
Love you. All right.
So yeah, like I said, I duetted it because I just felt like somebody had to come behind and change the conversation,
Yeah.
you know. Um and not only that, I wanted to express what I seen publicly,
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
Um and I understand what black men deal with,
Right.
as fathers. But I know me and you spoke on the back end and you just shared with me that you questioned yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely did. Cause I was starting to see it, trying to see it their way,
Right.
trying to see it, but then I was just like, let me go ahead and delete this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this.
Right. Yeah.
If they seeing it like this, that means they're being it's like some negativity going on.
Right.
So, before I deleted it, I had consulted with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my wife was like, "There's nothing wrong with that video. You keep that."
Right.
Video. It's like wrong with it. You keep that video up because you playing with our daughter. You keep it up. So that changed my whole perspective. That changed my whole meaning behind it. You know.
Right.
I just decided to keep it up, and
Yeah.
I was get up to however many it get up to, and then I'm gonna clap back. So,
Right. What you did with a video. And when you shared that with me, that you second guessed yourself, it made me think about how we do things, and our intentions are one thing, right? And then when people are coming and they're seeing stuff, then we question ourselves, like, hold up, did I do something wrong?
right.
And I feel like that's what's wrong in our community. I've been in that place many times. Many other people have expressed to me they've been in that place, but it's a shame where people will sit up and take something that's supposed to be positive, a positive moment, that we
Yeah.
really don't get to see when it comes to Black men, because I'm just going to be real. They paint Black fathers in a wrong light,
Yes, all the time.
and they make it a majority that, y'all aren't active in your children's lives, and that's wrong.
Right. Definitely.
I hated that you felt like you did something wrong because you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that you even had to go through that, and any other man has to go through that knowing they didn't do anything wrong.
Right. Definitely.
What comment, if you can remember, really made you feel some type of way?
When he said, it was this guy said, "Dude, use a straight pedo." Now, and I actually commented back, like, so this what a pedo look like? A pedo look like me doing a flip with my daughter, with my kid, my own baby.
Right.
Like, and if that's what a pedo look like,
Mm-hmm.
I am, because I'm doing a flip with my daughter. You feel me? I'm doing a flip with my kid, and we dancing. I'm goofy, and everybody know that. Like, everybody can see down my TikTok, I got so many goofy things with my babies.
Right.
So that question, he didn't even answer me back.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to ask him, like, is that what a pedo really look like? Like, ask yourself that, because some making me seem like that you are. So
Yeah. Another thing is that people use the wrong words in the wrong situations. That's a very strong accusation and word to use.
right,
Calling you a pedo, and you're basically having fun with your daughter. But it's sad. That's how some people are. And when I made the title of this video, "Why Can't Black Men Father Their Children?" I was saying that in a light of, you know, they paint y'all in a bad way, and make it seem like all fathers run out and walk out. And that's not everybody. It's
right.
not even the majority, for real.
I would never walk out on my babies. Never. My baby's been through too much in 2021, so I declared to give them the best year they ever had possible in 2022. And that's what I stood on, and I'm still standing.
Right. Right.
My babies. That's it. For real.
Right. No, absolutely. And I know I see a lot of people in the comments, like, can't, why can't Black men father their children? And that's what I'm trying to, figure out. That's all, you was just being a father. A father having fun, and people took that and they made it something else.
Well, it's this generation. Because, like, all these women are just getting pregnant by anybody. And some of them getting pregnant, and the man already told you up front that he didn't want that baby. You feel me?
Let's talk about it.
this generation is just so crazy. They want
Yeah.
something and they can get it from that person. See what I'm
Hold on,
saying?
your sound went out a little bit.
You got me?
I can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, so I feel like this generation is just so discombobulated that their minds are thinking in the wrong ways, you know. Because all through TikTok you can see that there's so much sexual things going on in TikTok. Like real talk. It's so much sexual things going on in TikTok. So their mind misleaded them to a sexual, you know. So, and that's what I feel. Just this generation is just kind of crazy right now.
Right.
You know? Like I feel like there's no way out when you want to be a dad or a father.
Right.
You know, because anything could go wrong, anything could be said. But this, I was just like, this ain't it.
Right.
So.
Right. I seen other races of men doing this with their children. They didn't receive the negative comments that you did from our own people in our own community. They were actually praising this man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of positive comments like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, it went viral too.
That's
It
crazy.
went viral. It went viral as well because I looked. I wanted to see where people reacting, you know, to a white man and his child like they did you. You know, because I just want to always be spot on with, you know, what I'm speaking about. I didn't see that over there. I seen that on your page from our people. And that's because our people are not used to seeing fathers with their children in a healthy way. They're not used to seeing fathers loving children in a healthy way because they have been programmed that all Black men are deadbeat dads. They walk out. They don't spend no time with their children. So they see you and they see other men in our community that are being fathers, and it's foreign to them. It's foreign.
Yep. I'm foreign, and I'm actually separated with my wife right now. So I am a single father. You know, so it's like,
okay.
So to even, you know, think of that, like I even have, like, my babies is my babies. They really they daddy. They, you know, anytime, and they mama is okay with it. So anytime they want to come to me, they come. I'm talking about coming. I'm calling for them. You know, like, give me my babies. You know,
right. Like, you still active even though you said y'all separated?
Right.
Okay. Yep. People aren't used to seeing that.
Right.
You know, they're just not. It's like, I'm telling you, they see the majority. Right. As they don't care about their kids. And that's not even true.
Oh, I love my babies. They minds.
Right.
And I'm going to mold them into, you know, the best people they can ever be. For real. Right. My mission, that's my main goal. Mold my babies, because like I said, this world is really, really different. Now, so
it is
like how we was raised. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's different. So you got to teach them more than what you was even taught. You know, and basically,
right. I see that. Okay, so I see you do music, and I see your daughter does music too.
Yes.
Now, did you produce her video?
Yes.
Okay. Was that you at the end that fell on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, we got to make sure. Are you on YouTube?
Yes, I'm on YouTube.
Okay, so we have to make sure I'm gonna share it in my community.
Okay.
The video, I really liked the video, and it's like a video made up about a dance.
Yes.
Okay. Can we bring the baby back? Because I want her to tell the people about the video.
All right, 1 second.
Okay.
Millie, Camille, come on, lady. Millie, run.
I seen her video earlier. It was so cute on TikTok. She's so talented. It was, you know what? It was like just, you know, kids at a playground and hey.
baby.
Hi.
So I want to know about this video that you put out.
So
Yeah, speak up louder so she can hear you. All right, here. All right. Tell her about your video.
at first I was shy,
Mm-hmm.
and then like my mom told me to take it serious.
Right.
As to take it serious, and then all of the kids had to come, and
Mm-hmm.
then and then that's when I got my voice louder,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when we start like hitting the daddy-o.
Hitting the who?
Daddy-o.
Oh,
The
okay.
daddy-o. I seen it. I seen the whole thing earlier. I'm like, okay, the daddy-o, okay. And then I seen your dad fall at the end at the playground. It was so nice.
Thank
What,
you.
you got more music and videos coming out?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna share your video on my pages
Thank you.
and encourage everybody to go and watch.
Yeah, definitely. That hit the daddy-o, like, well, first I did the clap back, so and the only reason I did that clap back is because my baby seen the comments, and
Right.
it was on my head, like, oh my God, I can't believe they saying this type of stuff. But you know what? I'm a rapper, and I
Yeah.
go hard for my kids, but people didn't really know that. They didn't see that, So and right now at this moment, I think it's probably like 500,000 views on it. So
Mm-hmm.
going in, and I did that, and I wanted her to come back with something else. This is for all the fathers, all the proud fathers, because we are out here.
Right.
So I told her, like, hey, we're gonna hit the daddy-o, because it's a lot of daddies out here that's in tune with their children.
Right. I think that's something positive and very, very, very good, and we need that
We need it.
in our community. We do.
Yep, we definitely
Yep.
need.
So, is there anything that you want to tell? Anything encouraging, inspiring that you want to tell other fathers out there when it comes to being
Yes,
a father? Okay.
babies really, really need us. You know what I'm saying? They really, really need their fathers. Because like I said, the world is really, really different. And if these kids ain't got no father in their life, that structure is kind of broken. So
Mm-hmm.
I encourage all the fathers around the world to be in your kids' life, because you never know what can happen with these beautiful babies. They are the next generation, and they are us.
Yeah.
Are us.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage all the fathers to be in your kids, your child's life, because he and she really, really need you.
Right. So, does your son have a video coming out soon?
I'm going to have him. He had came out with a song. I never even shot the video for him, so now I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I gotta do it because he be getting jealous. My other daughter,
Mm-hmm.
she wants to do some music too as well, but she's like a makeup artist. She like to do
Oh,
makeup.
okay. Good.
All of us, we all in the field of the artist mind, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So even
Right.
I still,
I'm an
that's my wife.
artist. I'm an artist, like a draw artist.
Right.
Not a rapper artist.
I would love to, see a video from you, with all your kids in it, and you just, rapping about fatherhood and how important it is. I would support that. Think about it. If that's something, you're gonna do, I'll support it, I'll share it.
Yes, definitely. I just that's the field I'm getting into now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody, I had calls after calls after calls after calls. People,
Yeah.
and they just like, oh, this is it. You made it through this one. You gotta follow this wave and hit it hard, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Make sure my babies is in tune, and we do have a page that's about to come out on YouTube. It's called the Treadwell Fame Walk.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure you share with me so I can follow, I can subscribe and
Yep.
follow what y'all doing. But yeah, I just, thank you for, talking to me today. I think this gives people a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That, it's the wrong outlook.
Most definitely.
People are using a damaged and traumatic mindset to view things. And that's why I always, encourage people to heal, because that can be wrong. You could be looking through something through trauma and there's no trauma there. But then it's crazy because when the trauma's there, everybody ignores it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's ignored. No one's saying anything about it.
Right.
And it's like we can't do that. Bright Collector said, I commend him and his children's mother for being level-headed. Absolutely. These are the examples, though. Him and his wife are the example. That's how I feel. You know, um, Even though, they may, be going through some things that I pray they get through. Their focus is the children, and that's important. That's important. That's important. Victor, I wasn't saying the title. I wasn't saying with the title that Black men are the only ones having issue with parenting. That wasn't the view. The view was, this young man's video, which was just, it was very, what am I looking for? It wasn't. It was just a video of him, dancing with his daughter that was taken out of perspective by people with a toxic mindset. So that's why I was like, why can't Black men just, parent their children? Because if they don't parent them, they're bashed, you know. And he's a young man sitting up here trying to parent his children, and he's still bashed, and accusations are made. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. We have to stop doing that. Because when we sit up and we make false accusations or things we think we may know, you know, and it falls on the wrong ears. We don't want that type of thing. We're not trying to sit up here and come between, a great family. We're not trying to do that. And we have to stop doing that to our own people. Like I said, I seen the same exact video with a white man and his child, and it was none of that over there. None of it. None of it. Well, Halo and Camille, thank y'all so much for tuning in with me, and I'll be looking forward to some new music. And Camille, I'm a share your video.
Thank you.
And then, after you drop your next video, we're gonna just bring you back on. We just gonna bring you on to just interview you.
Hey.
Okay.
Need that.
And we gonna promote you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Okay. Thank you both.
Thank you so much. This is our first interview, and you did
Oh, okay. Okay. See y'all.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, can y'all see me? All right. Okay, there we go. Good. So I'm off of that. Give me 1 minute, y'all. So yeah, with me saying, why can't Black men just father their children? That's what I was talking about. I'm not talking about, Black men are bad fathers. What I'm saying is just let them father their children. That's a prime example. That the comments under there just hurt my heart, to be honest with you. Because people, like I said, people aren't used to seeing Black men in that type of light, because it's always said that they're not in their kids' life. They're not around. They're not involved. That's a lie. That's a lie. Just like when I post something on social media and women don't fit that narrative, they clap back. Like, hold up. Don't say all women, say some women. But we never have that energy when it comes to our black men. Give black men a chance to be fathers. Let them. What's so hard about it? That right there, it just really, it just really. Oh, thank you so much, John. Thank you so much. And it just really, really hurt me. I'm gonna open up the phone lines too. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. It just really hurt. Those are strong accusations, when it comes, just like he said, someone called him a pedophile. Those are strong accusations. Yes, I'm gonna share the video everywhere, y'all. I'm gonna share the video everywhere. Those are strong accusations, you know. The phone lines are open. Let me post the number for y'all to call in and comment. Many women have been abused as children, so they feel their fathers will do the same. And that's what I'm saying. People really view this from a crazy mindset. It wasn't right. Why, when a father dances with his daughter, why is that looked at as sexual? You know what I mean? I don't understand that. But the phone lines are open. I'm gonna take some calls. Yes, Dennis, I'm gonna share the link to the video. It's on TikTok, but I'm gonna make sure that I share the video everywhere so everybody can see it. Our first caller of the night. Hey caller, how are you?
How are you?
I'm great.
Fantastic. This is my first time calling. My name is Michael.
Okay,
I'm from
Michael.
Philadelphia.
Okay, Michael from Philadelphia.
Yeah. First, I want to tell you you're doing wonderful work. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You said something earlier in your interview with the young man.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we're viewing, for many of us and our people in particular,
Mm-hmm.
we're viewing certain things through a very damaged lens.
I agree.
We're not. We're looking at it, but we're looking at it where they're seeing either their own experiences or experiences that they've heard on the television or through media or something, and they say, well, okay, all men are like this.
Sure.
When it's not necessarily true. You got a lot of good men out here who are single, who are fathers, turned in single, in single parent homes,
Mm-hmm.
fathering their children. And they're doing a magnificent job, but their story is not being told.
Right. You're right.
And I just think that, unfortunately, we're looking at it all, a lot of us are looking at it all wrong. That commentary that the young man experienced being called a pedophile was very unfortunate and very unfair.
It was. My heart hurt for him. My heart really, really hurted for him when I read those comments. That's why I duetted it. And to be honest with y'all, I kind of duetted it and left it there. I didn't even share it anywhere else. And my kids are like, Mom, you went viral again. Like they're like, Mom, you went viral again. And I'm like, what did I didn't even know I've been so busy. I'm like, what did I post? And they're like, something with a guy dancing with his daughter or something. So I'm like, okay, then people started reaching out, about the video. And I'm just,
Right.
I didn't, that's when I kind of, went and read the comments. I'm like, wow, like this is how y'all doing. And I purposely went and found a video with a white man dancing with his daughter and his son the same way. It was none of that. And I'm just sitting over here like, I know we ain't sitting over here being these kind of people. You see what I'm saying? They were over there like,
Right.
oh, that's so cute. Oh, your daughter's and it was not, nobody called him a pedophile. Nobody said that they felt like, something strange or wrong was going on in the video. They did not do that. Our people did that to this man.
But that's because, unfortunately, Shalakimia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
You're correct.
Unfortunately, just like you said, a lot of our people are, it's like damaged goods. We're like walking damaged goods. There's a percentage of us that are like walking damaged goods. We have not, and it goes right back to something Kevin Samuels said, that, he continuously pushed throughout his programs. You need to seek therapy. Yeah. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of trauma in our people. We have wrong misconceptions about who we are, right, what we are, why we are. And we need to seek some professional help. And that's not a bad thing. I had to do it myself.
Me too.
But I'm glad I did it, because I have a better and clearer understanding of who I am as a man, who I am as a Black man, and who I am as one of, as a son of the Most High.
Absolutely.
So there's work to be done in our community. We have to get it done so that we can find our way back to each other and as a people.
Absolutely.
And like I said, and I said this to a friend of mine. I said there's a lot of folks in the manosphere who are doing good work, and you are one of them. And I applaud you for the work you're doing. God bless you. God keep you. I look forward to talking with you again.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Blessings to you, my sister.
Thank you. You
Bye-bye.
too. Have a good evening.
You too. You too.
Thank you. He definitely poured into us, and these are the conversations that we need to have. My thing is, like, I'm not going to sit up here on my watch and allow anybody to be treated any type of way. They like, not tonight, Shalakimia. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, caller. You gotta turn me down. However you listening to me, you gotta turn me down or turn me off until you get off speaking.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
This crazy phone.
We can hear you.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, hey, Charlotte.
Hello. Can you? Okay. So yeah, so like on my watch, like I'm not gonna let someone, I don't believe in, like I said, I seen this man being attacked in the comments. I'm not the type of person that sees some wrong going on and just let it go on and not say nothing about it. That's not me, never gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one to speak up if I'm the only one speaking up. You see what I'm saying? I'm just not going, why? Because in life, when we're doing the right thing, we need somebody to come and have our back sometime. You see what I'm saying? I don't know this man. I've never met him before. But at the end of the day, I felt like it was my duty to speak up and be like, no, I don't see that. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes somebody to be like, no, that's not what's going on. But then there's so many people afraid to just step up to the plate. You see what I'm saying? And just say the right thing, do the right thing. I'm not going to let that happen on my watch. I'm not going to see bad things happen to people. I'm not going to see people sitting up bashing, you know, a certain people. I'm not going to do that. In our community, we have to do better. Why are we like that? Why are we doing that? No other culture is sitting up there doing stuff like that. They're not even thinking like that. So yes, a lot of people that need to go get help. How did a whole bunch of us see a father spending time with his daughter, doing a dance with his daughter, turned around, did the same dance with his son? How did we take a father spending time with his children, enjoying his children, them having fun, to it being something sexual? That's a toxic mindset. That's a filthy mindset. It wasn't nothing wrong with the video. It was the people viewing the video. It was something wrong with their mind. But how many other times did that happen in our community? That people sitting up here talking about what they think they seen. And they seeing it from a miserable, disruptive, toxic mindset. I said this weeks ago, people will read my post with a toxic mindset and be offended and be triggered. But if you had a healed mindset, you wouldn't see it like that. That's just like when we were younger. We seen things. Hold on one second, caller. We seen things from a certain way when we were younger. I'm talking about 15 to 20. We seen things different. Our mind has grown. We don't think like that no more. So what we may have viewed in that part of our life as some type of way, at 30 and 40, we're not thinking of it like that no more. Because we have healed, we have grown, we have been empowered, we have learned some things. That's scary in our community. This is why people shouldn't carry trauma and pain, because they're projecting it on people, and it's probably not even happening. But then the people that these type of things are really happening to suffer in silence, because don't nobody see it. Don't nobody want to say nothing now. Don't nobody want to speak up. Come on. We got to do better. Hello, caller.
Hello, Shalakima.
Hi, I can hear you now. We can hear you.
You can. This is Jeanette from Jacksonville.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on that. The gentleman that spoke a few minutes ago, he was correct. But I just recently experienced that with a family in my neighborhood. These ladies were so, I just believe that it was so miserable that they made false allegations against that man. And out of all these people, I was the only one believe that he didn't do that.
Right.
And which it came out true that he did not bother his child. He was a stay-at-home father, and his wife worked. And it's a shame. It's just some of them just, I think they're dealing with their own pain and anger inside that they will make some type of allegation like that against that father.
Right. You're right. And I commend you for doing that, because it's not easy. You see what I'm saying? But it's needed. And the reason that me, you, and a whole bunch of other people can stand up in somebody's defense is because of the Almighty and the strength that we were blessed with to be able to do that. Sometimes it only takes one person to come to the table and be like, that didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? When it's 100 people over here thinking that it did happen.
And it was 2 investigators came to my home, and I was like, I don't believe that.
Right.
I really don't believe that, but it was these miserable people. And then when it came out to be true, because, they test the baby and everything, everybody hid in their house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's sad, because it's good fathers out here.
Right. Absolutely.
There's good fathers out here. Sometimes if they hug their child a certain way, you know, people perceive it, but like the man said, in their own eyes is what they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God for you, girl. I'm almost 63 years old, and you've been a big encouragement to me because, I mean, I've been going through a lot of things, but just listening to you and following you like I have, I got so much peace right now, you know. So I thank God for you.
Thank you. I'm glad you got peace and you keep it and you protect it. And you did the right thing and you're going to be blessed because like I told people in previous videos, the Almighty God just need one person to speak up and tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? That'll shame everybody else.
And that's what I did. And it was like, well, how in that age you feel it way? And it was a white family. But, I mean, children play and you know, things happen. But I knew in my heart that this man didn't do that.
Right.
And it was sad. They like to lost their children, but I just opened my home. I said, I'll be the safe house until, you know, they do all the testing.
Right, absolutely. And thank you for that. And thank you.
But I just want to say I appreciate you, and I'm not going to hold you up. I know you got many other callers.
Okay, I appreciate you too. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Do you know what's so crazy, right? Y'all seen me do a video and I was posting about this case in Florida. And it was a woman that stabbed her husband a whole bunch of times. And follow me because I'm going somewhere here. I noticed that when they put out there that she stabs him all the time, do you know how Black women was on that post sitting up talking? Now listen, she killed them. They said, oh, she was fed up. Now they did put in the article that he was disabled, right? These Black women defended this other Black woman. Oh, she was tired. Oh, when you a caregiver, you get tired of taking care of people. Oh, he probably was abusing her. They made up every excuse. I said, that is sick. That is a sick mindset. I'm not going to think about a woman stabbing a man. She stabbed him so many times. She stabbed him so many times. I see y'all calling in. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I want to be accurate on yeah, here it go. Here it go. She stabbed him 140 times with a meat cleaver. I followed this story. I even spoke to some of the family. I followed this story. 140 times with a meat cleaver. Some of y'all might remember me posting this story. People defended this woman. Defended this woman. I was in the comments heavy. I'm like, first of all, if she was tired of taking care of him, then you call a family member. You call the state. You do something. You don't kill him and stab him 140 times. If you was tired of taking care of him, take him to a home, put him in a home or something. But if I'm sitting up here and I'm like, it got to be something more to this. If he was disabled, how was he abusing her if he was disabled? I'm like, okay, well, maybe he was mentally abusing her or something. But then I'm like, no, I need the rest of the story to come out because I just don't believe 140 times, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it was about 1,000 comments on the CNN post. Women was on there laughing about it. Oh, it was a whole bunch of stuff. I said, well, this is considered domestic violence. I don't feel domestic violence vibes here, but it's domestic violence. Do y'all know that this man did not abuse her? I followed the story. Do y'all know that this man was disabled? I'm talking about disabled to the point where he couldn't move. He couldn't have did nothing to her. Do y'all know that it came out that he had filed for divorce about 2-3 weeks prior. Do y'all, well, not do y'all know, but they said police have not publicly identified a motive, but Weller had filed for divorce from the person in December, according to court records. And it was money involved. He owned businesses and things like that. And I think his lawyer was like that. That's what they felt like the motive was. His family was very torn apart. Um, they were hurt because they said she was always evil, but they said her doing this to him. They were already mourning, but they felt some type of way because they said the fact that they had to think about him just laying there and not able to defend himself is what made it even worse. But do you see how at the beginning, before anything ever came out, Black woman was just on that post basically justifying why she stabbed him 140 times? Just automatically thought that he did something wrong to get stabbed 140 times. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. I just really, brought that up as an example. You see what I'm saying? Of how things go when a Black man is involved and if something going on, people automatically think it's his fault. Dead or alive, baby. Dead or alive. And why is it like that in our community? That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. What's wrong with people's mindset? Y'all have sons, y'all have brothers, y'all have fathers, y'all have cousins. What's the problem? I mean, we already have, the police sitting up here shooting our Black men and women just because they Black. Then we inside of the community basically doing the same thing to each other. Oh, just because he a Black man. Oh, he did. Yeah, he had to do something wrong. He a Black man. What? It's like we gotta stop. This is crazy. Let these men see. What happened is people have stereotyped Black men for so long. Now y'all seeing fathers popping out. Y'all see fathers popping out with their kids, taking care of their kids, being there for their kids, co-parenting in a healthy way. So see, the people that's not used to the healthy environment when it comes to a Black man being a father, now they want to bring their toxic insecurities, toxic trauma, and toxic pain to a situation where it does not fit. It don't fit. Unprogram your mind from thinking that. That's all I'm saying. Unprogram your mind from thinking it. The bad is viewed as good and the good is viewed as bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a lie. That's a lot. That's a lot of times. And it's like be careful. Because if you're that type of person that's doing things like that, it's the tables turn, baby. I tell people all the time, tables turn. Make sure that when they turn, that the right thing is about to happen. Because you reap what you sow, for real, for real. Just be able to reap whatever you dish out. If you sit up and you accusing somebody something they didn't do, be ready to reap what you sowed. Judging all Black men by one Black man or two or three, be ready to reap what you sow. Be ready for somebody to come and judge you. Just be ready for somebody to judge you. I'm going to open up the phone line and take a few more calls. I just want, I just want, they always show, white men in a great light with their children, fathering their children. I really would love that I would really love that for our black men. Hello, caller.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, you gotta turn me down or turn me off.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. I first want to give you thanks for hosting such a topic because it's really needed in the day and time for the simple fact that black men really go through a whole lot. I'm a single father myself.
Okay.
And I recently, within the last 8 months, I went to court to get custody where I was taken for it. And it was horrible. Nevertheless, I'm truly grateful because I stand up and really take care of my child. And a lot of men really, that I know, truly love their children, but don't have the opportunity because the courts are kind of stacked against men, the black men.
Yeah.
And so I was taken to court by a non-parent, and I'll just say that. And the case ended up getting dismissed for the simple reason it was kind of bogus a little bit as far as so I don't hold any animosity against people who try to persuade the court system. But what I'm doing to help heal the situation is being a leader by example.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people won't know how to change until they see the change in someone else.
Absolutely.
So, but if I partake in the nonsense, it's not going to be for anyone, especially my child.
Right.
So I have to get a bigger person, and I have to show them the things that young men should grow up and see. And that's, I'm single pretty much, and I don't run around, don't do any crazy things. I don't run the street. I take care of my son.
Right.
And I want him to see that growing up, those are the things that he needs to know to get through. Respect your mother, respect women, and allow people to voice their opinion, but lead by example.
Right.
And so that's what I'm doing my son.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot in my community. It's a whole lot of young men who don't have mothers or fathers.
Yeah.
And they looking around and they kind of going the wrong direction by they call it what do they call it? Looking for love in all the wrong places. So I think if the men in the communities just lead by example and kind of open the door, it will give people opportunity, young men and women, bash each other. And I've noticed that you said people bash this one disabled man. But if we start doing that and they don't change, we're living in an unhealthy environment. So, but I really love your show.
Thank you.
It's really, really helping a lot of people, and I share it as well. So hopefully, we can start growing and teaching our children. Yes, most definitely, we need to pray with them. And around the clock, not just at nighttime. And I think that's what that's what I was kind of taught. Before you go to bed, pray. Pray when you get up. Pray before you get out of bed.
Right.
Constantly pray. Or if you're riding or whatever, just take a moment, pray with your child, love your child, and just do things that really will change the dynamic of all this craziness.
Absolutely.
We got some work to do.
We do. We'll get it done.
Yeah. Well, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm proud military. And when I came out, and we're talking about abuse, another topic you mentioned was abuse. The reason I'm out of the military because I went through a brutality in service this nation while in uniform. So that really changed my life. And not only that, everyone I knew, about 90% of the people I knew just walked out of my life. It was automatic my fault, which was ruled differently. And my life was like a living hell. So I had a lot of uphill battles
still battling a lot. But nevertheless, what I done, I started doing some hobbies, and I end up having so many different hobbies. What if it's, just support the men and women who are going through some of the stuff that I went through.
Yeah.
And it changed a lot. So now I'm sitting at, I have a book. I have actually 2 books. I'm working on a third one. I was featured on the news of Philadelphia Tribune.
Awesome.
Look, international news. I'm in a book with Mr. Jack Canfield. I know Jack Canfield is author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. So I'm featured in one of his books. Well, I have a fragrance brand company that's already out in need. And I have a host of other things. I am also the founder of Veterans Life Matters. So I'm dealing with I'm working on he was just telling me he wanted a snack. So
that's awesome. Can you tag me? Can you tag me on Facebook and your stuff?
I'm breaking up just a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said, can you tag me on Facebook and your book and your articles and stuff? I would love to share them.
I sure will. It's like 20 years of work. And I'm constantly getting invites for interviews and stuff, but I'm at the point now. I'm not stopping, but I need to slow down because I really need to focus on my son. Like I said, I just recently went through this case, and I just recently got him in the home, so I have to slow down on what I'm doing. But I most definitely I have the art. I feel like the artist. My home is an indoor gallery, veteran gallery. So I have books, I have workbooks, whatever a person needs, especially a man who really want to change, who really want to see how to really flip the negativity and turn it into positive things.
Right.
Because a lot of people, I had a lot of anger. After I went through that brutality, I had a lot of anger, hurt,
built up inside of you.
It was, I was like, are y'all really serious about this? And did no one really believe it until they started seeing all the stuff that's really happening. Yeah. And so they started trying to say, okay, what could we do? Right. Pick up, put your boots to the pavement and change it. Help your community.
We got a commenter that said, "God keep you and protect you." That's what they said to you. Yeah.
You have to stay positive, productive and constructive out here, because not you're gonna be viewed. Black men are viewed badly anyway.
Right.
That's out the gate. They say we're born with 2 strikes and whatever else. But we really have to. We have a lot of work. We have to really come together and start focusing on, not just because it's our race and not because it's racism, but because this is the thing that we should do as humans.
Right.
We can't go around belittling our fellow man and woman, or just finger at them and putting them down all the time. And if someone is experiencing that, they need to remove themselves from that toxic situation. You can't really heal in an environment where you're constantly being beat down. So you have to get away and be in a zone where I call it peace of mind. Nothing like the great peace of mind.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you for calling in, because the line's blowing up. I want to give everybody time.
So you want me to post that on your page now?
Yep. Tag me in it so I can share it.
Okay. Okay. I'll do my website and books and whatever else.
Okay.
And thank you again. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. We need more people like you that's reaching out and helping the community. That's very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too as well.
Okay. Bye. All right. Our phone lines are back open. I see them blowing up. Miss Brown, I appreciate you too. I really, really do. Yes, he was speaking true. We always have, some amazing men calling in, and pouring into us. We had amazing women tonight too. I wish more women would call in, Hello, caller. Hello?
Yeah, hold on, let me turn it down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
Okay. This is Nick. I'm calling out of LA.
Okay,
Now, yeah, that's a good topic. You could probably make a weekly show out of the fathers that call in and take care of their children.
Yeah.
But the other aspect of this, like the sexual abuse part, I don't know how much time you have today because your phone lines are not going to stop breaking.
Right, I know.
And I'm going to tell you why. Kind of follow me.
Okay.
I was in a relationship with a young lady, and I couldn't be intimate with her for in a certain position because I think that's how she was molested. Now, I had went to paramedic school, and while I was in paramedic school and I started working in EMS, I was privy to like a lot of patient care reports, and I would respond to calls where like psych techs would go out and do evaluations on people, and I was reading some of these reports. And before I went to medical school, I didn't even know that molestation happened like that. I thought it was like maybe an every so often kind of occurrence. And when it did happen, it was punished harshly. But after paramedic school, and I started reading these psych reports and all of this stuff, it kind of tripped me out. It happens all the time. Okay? Now, I was dealing with a young lady after paramedic school and everything, and she told me that she was molested by her mother's boyfriend. I asked her, did she tell her mother? And she said, yeah, and her mother kicked her out. So I kind of was digging this young lady. So I asked her, I was like, so if you have a child, would you leave the child would you leave your daughter or something? If you have a daughter, would you leave her with her father? And she said no.
I'm glad you
and I
said
was like,
that.
even though that's her father? And she was like, yeah, I'm not leaving her with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the trauma that she got from it because, okay. Now, it was another situation, like where I had a girlfriend and like when I wake her up, every time I woke her up when she was asleep, she would look startled. You know what I'm saying? Like she looked like she woke up into something bad happening. And it tripped me out. So I started asking young ladies like, hey, were you sexually abused when you were younger or stuff like that? Now this young lady lied to me. And then it later came out when she was having an argument with her daughter that she was, and I'm gonna kind of bring it home. Okay, now I have a daughter and a son. Some shit happened with her family, with my child's mother family, and I had to move them from like LA to Vegas. And I was in school, and I was like, look, just let me finish school, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna come out there. But before I could finish school, she had got into a relationship with somebody else, got pregnant, and the whole 9 yards. So she wouldn't let me see my children, so I went to court, right? And when I went to court, I had no support in the courtroom for me. She had just about every female in her family in there. That courtroom whooped my ass. Excuse my language. That courtroom, the judge and everything, they didn't show me any love. So she had took the children and went to Georgia. She got married to this dude, right? And it wasn't until later, like when the children got older, they kind of reached out to me because I didn't know she had went to Georgia. I was looking for them. They didn't have any social media or anything. She changed her last name because she got married, right? But I guess as the children got older, they started reaching out to me. They found me on social media.
Right.
Come to find out, her husband had like snuck in my daughter's room. From what they say, he tried to molest her, but whatever happened, she called the police on him.
Who called the police?
She got my daughter.
Okay. I just want to be clear. I didn't know if it was your baby's mom or your daughter that called.
Yeah, my daughter called.
Okay.
I guess she called, and I guess my child's mother couldn't do anything about it because she called already.
Okay.
So he got kicked out of the spot or whatever, and he was in jail waiting to go to trial. So what my child's mother did, I found all this out later, what my child's mother did was send her out to another state with her older sister that she had from a previous relationship, right?
So the district attorney could not interview her. So the DA couldn't do anything but give him like criminal trespassing for going in her room like that. Come to find out later, after he got out of jail, he got into a relationship with another chick, because I looked him up on the records, public records. He got into another relationship with a chick, and that lady actually was, working with the DA. And then he got convicted of, child molestation and all this, right? Mm. So if you could bring it full circle, you got to kind of get, like, she helped this dude not get convicted of child molestation, or attempted child molestation with my daughter. And then this dude went out and actually did it to somebody else. Had my child's mother, I don't know if she was just trying to keep her marriage together and sacrifice my daughter for that. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of aspects to this. And I get it where some of these females see this stuff, and it's not just females, because Antwone Fisher movie, the girl was taking Antwone Fisher to the basement, molesting him. You get what I'm saying? So it's on both sides. A lot of these females are molesting dudes.
They don't talk about that, though.
Males and females. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? You could make a whole show out of that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying, man? Because a lot of our people need to let this out. They need to get this off their chest, man. Because it's damaging our people. They are not punishing these people like they're supposed to. They letting them back out like they ain't do anything. Now, in my daughter's head, I'm thinking like maybe she don't even really look at me as a father. Basically, she thought that guy was her father for a long time.
Can I stop you 1 second? 1 second. 1 second. See, you done jumped over to my other show at that start at 9 o'clock with Deadbeat Moms. That's what I was going to talk about, exactly what you talk about right now. Because, I've heard of a lot of situations, and I've even seen some situations where mothers will keep the children from the father. But then we're going to be real on my show, because this is my show, okay? We're going to be real. But we'll sit up here and have multiple men running in and out their house. You giving multiple men access to your children. These women some of them don't even be knowing these men. You meet them at the bar. You see what I'm saying? Or you meet them online and you automatically bring them to your house, bringing them around your kids. You see what I'm saying? I've seen situations like this where men have got with women, preyed on, women that because they're lonely and they're desperate to get around their children. We gotta pay better attention.
Yeah, I even told females that I dated, like, look, I really don't even want to be involved with your children. Like in the beginning, like I don't want to meet your children right away. These females will do it anyway. And I kind of got tired of being introduced as somebody's uncle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
so I just stopped dealing with females that have children, period. Because I didn't want to be involved in that kind of trauma on a child.
Yeah. It's to the point. It's to the point where some men have expressed to me, like Shada Kimia, it's so bad out here for Black men. I don't even want to be alone with nobody's children. And why do the men that are not like that want to come and be with a woman, right? And love her kids, like he would love his own, and just be a positive role model in the house and be that man of the house. Why do they even have to feel like that when they're not like that? But then women will give the men that are like that full access to their kids. I will never understand, and I don't care who comes for me, I will never understand a mother that for years, a year, months, your man was touching your daughter, doing something to your daughter or your son, and you never knew. Why don't you and your children have the type of relationship where they could come and tell you anything? Anything. Ain't no way. I would be sick with myself. I would feel some type of way about me. Like, well, what's going on that my children couldn't come and tell me this information. You know why? I'm gonna tell everybody why tonight. And we just gonna pour over into the other show. I'm gonna tell people why. Because some women will sit up there and act like they love the man more than their kids. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause that's what's happening. Then when your children come and try to tell you something that your man did, or somebody did, you don't listen. You don't listen to them. You brush them off. So then kids just gotta sit there and be molested or touched. Come on, no, that's sick.
Yeah, you know what? Yana Van Zandt had a show where a guy had to walk away from his wife and his children because she was telling the courts, I guess their relationship got rocky. She told the courts that he molested his daughter. They did a lie detector test on her show, and it came to find out she was lying on him.
Yes.
Now, his 3 adult daughters were sitting there, and then one of them started busting out. She just started crying a bunch. I know the youngest one. The youngest one had leaned up and said, "Mom, please tell me that you didn't molest me." And it was a trip because they completely ignored what she said. Now, this young lady clearly felt that something was happening to her, and if her father wasn't there, who was doing it? She actually told her daughter, she told her second daughter that she enjoyed having sex with her father. Now, I know when children are little, if a mother is saying something over and over and over, that they can actually get that child to think that something was true that was not true.
That's true. That's true. That's
you
true.
Know, yeah, so man, that's beyond deadbeat mom. That's implicit in felony crimes against children.
It is.
A lot of these females are man, they are the neglectors.
Yeah.
They.
We don't talk about it though. Yeah. We don't talk about it enough. It's swept under the rug. But let it come to a man. It's all out there. It's full circle. You see what I'm saying? It's full circle. No, we need to start talking about the neglect that comes with these women. We need to start talking about that.
You know what, Charlotte Kimmy, I'm damn near cool on relationships, man. I'm cool. I mean, I know with some dudes out there that's probably like, man, you know what, it's not even worth it. Because black men, as a black man, we work hard to get what we got because of what we got to go through out here.
Yeah.
And if somebody just have a dream, or what if somebody get with somebody who has children and them children don't like them and they just say they did something to them? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to break everything them dudes work for to get. Now, I'm not saying that there's not any dudes out here. Me personally, I don't think people like that who were rightfully convicted or something like that, I don't think that they should ever be let out of prison or continue to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got to do something because, like, my daughter's probably out here thinking, like, nobody's out here to protect her. Like, nobody protected her. And this dude is still running around outside. He's still running around out in public. She can run into him at any time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah, it's a lot involved, man. I think maybe you should bring some professionals on or whatever, and be able to. Man, this is some serious shit when it comes to.
I actually have 4 parts of Deadbeat Mom scheduled, 4 parts of it. Yeah, I have 4 parts of it scheduled. So I'm a definitely bring some people in. That I know that are therapists, some advocates and stuff. Definitely. I've had a lot of women in the comments say, my mom, I told my mom that her boyfriend did something to me and she told me I was lying. Yeah, it's a lot of trauma out there when it comes to the hands of a woman that people don't want to talk about. Because it's this strong black woman persona that what it's doing and it's drowning out the real issues that should be talked about. Just like, women, I feel like women came up with that thing, like what's done in this, whatever is done in my house, what is the saying? What's done in this house stays in this house. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like to a certain extent that's true, but not when it comes to trauma, not when it comes to abuse, not when it comes to hurt, and not when it comes to pain. Not when it comes to pain. What are you trying to cover up? That's how I'm feel. What you trying to cover up? Yeah, your kids shouldn't go and tell your personal business and things like that. But if something is happening to them, absolutely. Absolutely. Stop gearing these kids to the point where they feel like they don't want to tell you nothing or nobody else. So they just get abused. It's not right. It's not right. And I'm ready to shed the light on it.
Yes,
and bring some awareness to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let some of your other callers get in. I just wanted to bring it full circle, but these are the people, victimized victims and everything, man. Because just imagine how these women are going to be with their new spouses, and how they're going to treat their children, in regards to trust in the man that they bring in their life. It's so huge and screwed up, man. It's screwed up. Like my relationship with my daughter is like practically nil, none. Like she really want to have a little bit to do with me.
Wow,
it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I'm gonna let some of the other callers get in. Thank you for letting me speak.
Absolutely. God bless you. Wow. That happens so much in our community. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, Shalakina, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good.
Shalakina, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
Just wanted to speak on the subject today, and I wonder if the part of the problem is the fact that we're always like, I saw the video that you posted the other day of the father dancing with the daughter. And are we just so looking for something negative to say about Black men?
Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
Is that the case? Like, when are we going to say, like, do we ever hear, oh, my baby daddy does such a great job being a father? Like, with Father's Day coming up, you're going to see so many Black women posting Happy Father's Day to me. Like, that's actually like right around the corner. So it's like, we never hear the positive stories, and it's like the negative stories are so much more attractive, so much more interesting, that you can see a father dancing with his child and automatically assume, because maybe the child's emotion was kind of awkward or whatever the case may be, the first thing you want to assume is just the worst thing that you could actually think about a father. Now, that, like you said, that's not a problem with what he's trying to do. That's a problem with your thought process at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, when it's the person who's receiving and seeing that automatically goes there to automatically assume the absolute worst about a person. You don't know that person. You don't know the relationship that he has with his child. So why would you assume the worst?
Right.
Why not shine the light on the fact that this man is actually having a good time with it? We're accused of not being there for our kids. Then you see a father with his kid having a good time and playing with her and dancing with her, and you're just looking for anything to reach out and grab rather than just shining the light on the positive.
They don't know how to be positive. Let's take Black men out of the equation, and I'm just being real. And whoever disagree with me or anybody that call in yourself. Don't sit in the comments and just say negative stuff. Call in and say what you gotta say. Call in and say what you got to say to me. But anyway, like I was going to say, let's take Black men out of the equation. Black women are negative, ignorant, miserable, and toxic to other Black women. Let's just be real. Some Black women don't want to hang with Black women, period. So why would people ever expect a Black man to want to be with certain Black women? That don't make sense to me. You see what I'm saying?
one of the crazy things I see is every single time I come on with you and I watch your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how they tell you what you should talk about or whatever. Here's the thing. I love my Black queen, but you don't really have to watch her. You can't tell her what to say and how to say it.
Right.
And if you want to talk about a subject a certain way, you have your own page that you can go on there and have whatever conversation and say things exactly the way that you want to say it. We can't expect you to cover every single thing and every single point that can be made. And that's where it goes wrong, because we try to put everything into one box. We think that there's one solution for every problem, and it's not.
Right.
This is your platform. You want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Right.
You're showing women in a bad light. Well, there are women out there who are actually the bad light.
Mm-hmm.
There are men out here who are the bad light. There are men who shine through, and then there are women who shine through.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't talk about, nobody's willing to talk about the good. But that means there's so much bad out here now, and all that we expose ourselves to as Black people is bad, because that's all we are willing to talk about.
Yeah.
That's where your personality needs to change. If you want to look for negative, that's what you're going to talk about all the time. That's what you're going to see all the time, and you're going to disagree with anything someone says.
Yeah.
But if you choose to live in positivity, and you talk about positivity, and that's what you see and recognize and acknowledge, then you can live a lot happier, and then you won't be so angry when you hear someone talking about something else.
Mm-hmm. Right. You absolutely right. They focus on negative all the time. And then you could post, oh, I had a great day. A negative person is going to come and make that post something negative, because their mindset is negative. They can't receive nothing positive. And that's why it's urgent to heal as people. It's urgent to grow. It's urgent to change your mindset. You are going to be miserable, toxic, and be trauma filled, and just taking everything the wrong way. Like when I posted, earlier about the next show I'm doing at 9:00, Deadbeat Moms. I posted a post and I said, let me pull it up, because I want to use this as an example, because it's soon as you bring up something, soon as I say something about Black women, I can speak on Black women because I'm a Black woman, and I've come to the table and I've said, listen, I have made some changes, I have grown. You feel what I'm saying? I know how to take accountability. I know how to say when I'm wrong. I know how to apologize. That's a real woman. A real woman. I ain't got to be right all the time, and I don't know everything, and I can take responsibility when I'm wrong in situations. It ain't nothing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. People have to get to that. But I posted this earlier, and I didn't care what feathers it ruffled. But I said in my post earlier today, y'all don't feel less than mothers vacationing in Miami or running to get your body done, but your kids aren't taken care of. Do you know women in those comments went mad? They went mad. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because that's what I'm gonna start off when I flip over to the next show. I'm gonna end this show, and then we're gonna flip over to Deadbeat Mothers. And I'm only doing 2 shows tonight because next week I'll be on vacation, so I'm not doing no show. But
and
I'm gonna touch on that.
The fact of the matter is that happens.
Yeah,
that happens, and a lot of times people are going out and taking these trips and taking these lavish trips, and then they're coming back to a struggle. And your kids have to go through that struggle with you, and a lot of people don't think of it like that.
Yeah.
And we could sit back and not want to speak on it or whatever the case may be, but just because we don't speak on it don't mean that it's not happening. If we choose not to speak on it, it will never fix itself.
Exactly. But us not speaking on it, I've had to say this to family members. I've had to say this to friends. I've had to say this to people I don't know. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a person that sits up and see wrongdoing and don't say something. If I'm doing something wrong, I want somebody to say something too. But we got to be able to say things, because the next show, is Deadbeat Mothers, but it's bringing awareness to the trauma and the pain and the hurt that our kids are going through. Our kids are suffering. People are sitting up talking about, Black women saying, oh, we feel unprotected. We feel unprotected by Black men. Well, who's protecting our youth from y'all?
I said this. I was on the show. I think it was about a week and a half ago, and I said this. You weren't meant to do it on your own. Like, it wasn't meant for it to be that way. So I understand that once you take the father out of the situation or take the father out of the household, it's a handicap to him. He doesn't know everything that's going on. So he's not necessarily a deadbeat, but he just doesn't know, because a lot of times once we out of the relationship, we have a hard time communicating with each other.
Right.
That it is what it is, because that stigma of how the relationship ended sticks with someone more than likely. A lot of times, you did the video about B. Simone. That was a stigma that was spilled over from the fact that if you watch the episode before that, she had been cheated on. So she just got out of a relationship where she got cheated on,
and that's where that came from. For real. Let's be real.
When you're talking about feelings, that's called baggage.
Exactly.
So you're taking your baggage and you're putting it on to somebody else. All right. Now, with that being said, we have to understand that us not being family and us going and laying with someone that we don't see a future with and making the child, we have to realize that we are failing. Like, if you don't want to look at yourself as a failure, we are failing the child.
Yeah.
Because a child knows, like my son is 6 years old. He knows what it's supposed to be. Because at the beginning, that's what he saw. He knows that it's supposed to be mommy and daddy in the same place.
Right.
But because it's not that, now at first he had a problem adjusting to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now he's gotten to spend some years or whatever. But my other son, my 10-year-old, this is a personal story, and I'm gonna make this my landing space because I know other people want to come on.
Okay.
My 10-year-old, I haven't seen him since he was 2 months old. Been paying child support the whole time. I love my son. He's my firstborn. He's my everything. He's more important to me than the air that I'm breathing. But there's a whole lot of other things that come with me not, like, if you talk to her, she would tell you a story and I would tell you a completely different story. Now, generally, one somewhere in between is the absolute truth. But from my perspective, I feel like it's the truth. I've always tried to be there for my son, but there are things that are preventing that.
But you know why that happens? And I'm being real, because I've seen it firsthand, and I've had to check some women about it. I have checked friends, I have checked family. Listen, I don't discriminate. I just don't. And when I see something, where that comes from is one thing about women, Black women don't want to be wrong. Don't want to be looked at, as wrong, because at the end of the day, yeah, she's going to tell a different story. She doesn't want to look like the bad person, and she also wants to make you look like the bad person. Because when people sit and do those kind of things, there's a lot of women that sit up and do that, even with their families. Oh, he was this in a relationship, he was that. Oh, he was this kind of father, he was that, and they're hearing that side of the story. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what else do they have to really, believe? But there's somebody in that family that knows she lying. They just ain't said nothing. You see what I'm saying? We can't sit around and not check that kind of behavior. I always say, don't go along with wrong stuff. You shouldn't do stuff like that. I had a friend that was sitting up and wouldn't let her kids, see the dad. And listen, I'm gonna be real. I said, you won't let them see the dad, but they see you sleeping with all these different men. You got all these different men coming in and out your house. They can be around dad, but they can't be with the dad. It's a control. It's a negative and a toxic control method. It's like it's the mom's way. You see what I'm saying? Or there's no way. That's not how it should be.
And it's like, I got you. Like, once and people ask why are men scared to commit? This is why. when it comes down to marriage or having a child with someone, a lot of times what comes from the other side of that is, I got you now. Now I control the situation. Now, if you don't do what I say, now I got the law. You're going to take a loss. You're going to take a loss one way or the other. You're going to take, or both. You're going to pay alimony and child support, or you're going to pay child support, or you're going to pay alimony. And people don't understand that we have to take precaution over that because of what we hear these women saying are important to them. One of the conversations I had with you, we talked about the fact that they don't talk about no one's character anymore. They just talk about, they list these things that have nothing to do with how a man treats them.
Yeah. It's all about what a man can do for me, not how a man treats me. But I want to say that, you know, the control thing, you know, really, really throws me off, because me as a woman, I don't want to control a man. But then I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. They'll overlook that thing. It's like entrapment. It's like I have you. It's like power. And see, they overlook that, but they know what's happening, because why are women out here putting holes in condoms in? That's the proof. You see what I'm saying? That's the proof. Why y'all sitting there tricking men?
Birth control without saying anything at all.
Exactly.
I'm not working right now, and there's a guy who went through that very same thing. She came off her birth control and never told him, and they got pregnant. Unfortunately, they lost the baby or whatever the case may be. But very soon after that, that relationship ended because she tricked him into the shit. So it's one of those things. It's like, yo, it's like, you know the power that you hold because of the slant in the law. You know that. So a lot of people actually utilize that. Here's the thing: marriage and family is supposed to be the two things that are forever. And if you're not on that mindset of thinking forever, you have no business getting married.
Right.
It just isn't. You have no business having kids with them. Like when I made my kids, they were playing. I saw forever.
Right.
Apparently they didn't.
That's what you saw. Yeah, that's true.
So it was like, I would never leave my kids.
Okay.
Never.
I understand that.
So it's one of those things. Like, I have two baby mamas, and the only thing I've heard is what you do negative, or what they perceive as negative.
Yeah.
I pick my children up. My youngest son has an older sister. She's my child. I've raised her.
Right.
I pick them up from school. I buy them stuff. I spend time with them.
Right.
Never hear anything about that.
You're not going to, from a person that wants to paint you in a bad light, so they don't have to take responsibility or accountability for the things they did. Of course. Right.
So it's one of those things, and I appreciate you taking my call. Like I said, I wanted to make that other point. My landing space said something that triggered the rest of the stuff.
Okay, thank you so much for calling
everybody
in.
Have a blessed day, and start treating this woman right, y'all. Stop trying to tell her how to run her platform. Please, just if you want to listen, just listen.
Right.
Don't let her shine.
Thank
y'all
you.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you so much. I'm gonna wrap up this show, and then I'm gonna switch over to the other show. I know there's people trying to get in on that topic, but we're gonna switch over because we kind of already, went into that. But I do want, Black men to just be able to, parent their children without people trying to push an agenda on these fathers that's not their agenda. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, it's a lot of women that have a lot of trauma from abuse, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and men too. But the damaging thing is, like, when we don't heal from that, we will project that on other people. You see what I'm saying? And when we project it on other people, you may be accusing somebody of something or making an accusation that isn't even true. And we have to be careful, because when you do accusations like that, and it's a false accusation, it can ruin somebody's life. And And just like this father dancing with his daughter, it was very innocent. We met him, we talked to him. He's trying to raise his children and co-parent with his wife and things like that. But I just want Black men to just be able to be fathers to their children, because children need their fathers, period, point blank. We us as Black women, we can't sit up here and take them out the picture and think that's the best thing for our children. It's not the best thing. If there's no abuse going on, or anything like that from the father, what's wrong with allowing him to be in his child's life and just be a father? Y'all will come to the table and Black men don't take care of their kids. Black men are taking care of their kids. But let's be real about what's stopping them, what's blocking them. Everything that is said is stopping them and blocking them. And women are stopping and blocking them from being in their kids' life. What? Because they're mad because the man don't want to be with them no more, or the relationship didn't work out, or you couldn't control the narrative, or things didn't go your way? That has nothing to do with the kids. You see what I'm saying? Just let them parent their children. Just as much as children need us as mothers, because us as mothers, we couldn't even think or fathom the thought of not being able to see our children and somebody keeping our children away from us. So why would we ever try to do that? That's all I'm saying. Let these men be fathers. I just want to thank everybody that tuned in, everybody that called in to the show. Y'all just pour in the comments. Y'all pouring in. We learning. We growing. We're listening to different perspectives. People that are calling in and sharing their testimonies. And things like that. I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to this show. And sit tight. Stay tuned. And I'm gonna start Deadbeat Moms Part 1 in 20 minutes. Thank you.